introductions and to get things started.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the Michelob Ultra Arena here at the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, as we have a big night of action coming your way, and it's all brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated and TGB Promotions, live and exclusive on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. Tonight's action is sponsored by Disney Plus's Hawkeye, and brought to you by UFC 269. Don't miss it. Saturday, December 11th, exclusively on ESPN Plus pay-per-view and DraftKings Sportsbook. And now we introduce our three judges scoring this bout from ringside. We have Max DeLuca, Steve Morrow, and Steve Weisfeld. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Alan Huggins. All right, fans, here we go. 8 rounds of boxing scheduled, lightweights in the ring. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim, hailing from Monte Coman, Mendoza, Argentina. He weighed in at 137 pounds. His record stands at 21 wins, 3 losses, and 8 wins. Coming by way of knockout, introducing Elias El Macho Araujo. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner in this 8-round attraction, wearing light blue trunks trimmed with white, fighting out of Fontana, California. He weighed in at already 135.4 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign to the ring with a record of 12 wins, no losses, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the undefeated and hard-hitting prospect, introducing Raymond Danger Murratala. And a referee in charge. Now to give instructions, once again, here is Alan Huggins.
All right. Gentlemen, you both been given the instructions. Obey my command, protect yourselves at all times. Anything from here on up is good, and from here on up is good. Touch gloves. Let's go.
Raymond Murratala with Robert Garcia in his corner, and Robert Garcia was telling us, people think I just have the Brandon Rios and Antonio Margaritos in my gym, but having young fighters that I've taken from nothing, hopefully to championships, like the case with Murratala and Bam Rodriguez, he's like, these two guys are going to be on pound for pound list. So it's high praise coming from Robert Garcia.
Near his eyes, you know, kind of blurring his vision a bit. Should have took some scissors and cut the front a little bit.
The Paulie Malignaggi action.
Yeah,
Like Al B. Shore back in the day. Did I just date myself?
Yes, you did.
Murratala, he's a real talent. Guys, as you know, we've called several of his fights explosive. You see him still evolving, still growing, but you see enough to know that if he stays focused and keeps developing, he's going to be a problem in the near future.
Robert Garcia calls him exemplary. Good for him to be in the gym because he picks up everybody else's level just by his skills, as you see him throw to the body there with the right hook.
Well, I can tell you one thing. He's used to the style of Araujo coming forward. I mean, they have a lot of pressure fighters in the gym at Robert Garcia's. And right now, it just seems like Murratala is just taking his time, getting a look at him, want to feel his best. And then he'll eventually start putting shots together like that. Beautiful right hand over the top of the jab of Araujo.
Pick it up.
There's that stick from Murratala, follows it up with a right to the body and an uppercut down the middle.
Beautiful shot right there. Short. Didn't even throw it hard.
Hands free, punch it out.
Ooh, that shot right there, that land behind the back, that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt tomorrow for sure.
So that liver shot that Murratala just landed.
Now, I don't have that roll of the tongue like you, Bernardo, so I'm going to respectfully call Araujo tonight. Out the roll. But he's tough. He's going to be there as long as he can be there. He's going to take it. He's going to try to dish it out.
Don't measure him.
Yeah, he's going to get hit with an uppercut, too. Rushing in like that, lunging forward. Murratala, a smart fighter. He will make the adjustment.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
All right, let's send it up to our crew. Joe Tessitore, Mark Kriegel, and Max Kellerman.
Thank you very much, Bernardo. Listen, we have been through this for 20-plus years, the three of us coming out to Vegas for mega fights. As the week goes on, whether it's the press conference, the fighter production meetings, the weigh-in, showing up on your show with the interviews one-on-one, you pick certain things up that often reveal what we're in store for. What's been the reveal to you this week, Max?
Well, I think it's really the realization that in a division that has had more talent in it than any in the history of boxing, the welterweights, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, it goes on and on. One of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to get yet another Sean Porter classic welterweight barn burner, or we're going to get a virtuoso performance by one of the best fighters of his era in Terrence Crawford. I don't see an in-between. It's either going to be a war or an incredible performance.
Now, you bring up war. We saw war in block letters on Sean Porter's gear.
His homage to Marvin Hagler, but I think you're actually going to have something resolved tonight. This has long been boxing's glamour division since De La Hoya to Pacquiao, Mayweather, but since Mayweather left the stage, a lot of sound and fury, but not much consensus. Tonight could really change that. We're going to find out, can Sean Porter win what he calls my Super Bowl, or is Terrence Crawford what us here at this desk have been saying for a long time, really the king of this division and a pound-for-pound great?
Bernardo, we go back to you for round number 2.
Always a delight to hear from those three gentlemen. Murratala continues to dig to the body here against Elias Araujo, who's got very little regard for defense. He's an offensive machine, but Murratala is not letting him get comfortable.
Yeah, but, you know, what I like about Araujo is he's moving his head side to side. He's, you know, he is coming in the same way, but at least he's moving his head. He got his high guard, and he's sneaky with shots like that. You know, he changed levels real quick and came over the right hand and caught Murratala sleeping.
Yeah, and I respect it, Bernardo. I respect when a fighter knows who they are, they know what their limitations are, and they try to fight within that. And that's what you see Araujo doing right now. But Murratala, he's landed some good shots, but what I love the most about what I've seen so far in this first round and a half is the patience. He could do more, but he's allowing Araujo to make the mistakes, to make things easier for him.
And to wear down a bit before he goes in there and dispose of him.
You know, Murratala was scheduled to face Jose Angulo on Top Rank Boxing on ESPN on the Valdez Conceição undercard on September the 10th in Tucson, and he tested positive for COVID. He said, I lost my sense of taste, I lost my sense of smell, and felt that I couldn't get my conditioning for a few days, but I kept training, and now I'm at 100%. So, you know, we never know how a fighter's going to react to COVID.
Glad he's back. I'm glad he's healthy.
Absolutely. Araujo with a nice lead right, but Araujo's right in his face.
Yeah, that's his style. He wants to maul you. He wants to close the distance. He doesn't want to allow Murratala to have distance and work his offense from the outside.
The corner of Araujo yells, hey, he's got no power. Go get him. They're not in there, obviously.
Well, he's saying he has no power because he's not staying on the end of the shot from Murratala. If he was on the end of it, then he'll be feeling it. But he's staying close enough, getting down to the body and trying to slow down Murratala.
Araujo just keeps pressing.
Yeah.
He keeps pressing. He keeps pressing.
He's tricky. Very tricky.
Every fighter dreams of fighting in Las Vegas. Terrence Crawford has done it on several occasions, and he knows that those are the big fights. Sean Porter has done exactly the same thing, and he hopes to not become the 8th consecutive knockout victim of Terrence Crawford. But this man knows what this stage means. He knows that the fans are not in his favor, but at the end of the day, good guy or bad guy, they're fighting in Vegas.
Attraction to light, to endless nights, to the games of chance and life. That's what distinguishes a Las Vegas fight. For this is where the action is, where senses are bombarded. The best place for a battle of the hungry.
You've both done it. What's it like when it's big fight night here in Vegas and you're stepping into the ring?
It's a lot of anxiety, adrenaline at the same time. You know, you're happy as well. You know, it's an emotional roller coaster through the week, the build up in the fight. You just can't wait to get it on inside the ring. You know, it's a bit nerve-wracking early in the week when you have to answer questions. It's annoying over and over and the same questions over and over again.
Yeah, it's just a lot of pressure and, yes, excitement and eagerness because you trained so much and you've heard this opponent's name for 2 or 3 months. You're just ready to get it in, get it on, but you have to remind yourself throughout the week that you're not here to watch a show. You are the show.
That's a great way to say it. It's your name's up in the lights. It's your name on the side of the hotel. And that's the case for Crawford and Porter, who won't be fighting at 11 o'clock on the East Coast, as it would happen for prime time. But, ooh, nice body shot there from Murratala. 8:30, so they'll be nice and fresh. Nice body work from Murratala once again, as Araujo's feeling those left hooks to the liver.
But Araujo keeps coming back.
Oh, yeah.
He takes some, and he dishes some out.
Uppercut with Murratala. If that's not there, why not make him breathe deep, Dre?
You see Murratala just taking steps to the side, small little steps, not big steps. He's not wasting a lot of energy because he knows Araujo has bad feet, so he punches. He'll look, watch, step off to the side, and then he'll rinse and repeat. Great movement, great thinking from Murratala tonight.
Hey, but there is Araujo coming back with something every single time. But that's where the intelligence of a trainer like Robert Garcia and the father of Murratala, Gabriel Murratala Sr., comes in the sense of this guy's going to take all the headshots all night long. You got to break him down.
Yeah, when guys take headshots, you want to immediately start going down to the body. But the thing about Araujo is he's not allowing his liver to get hit right now. You see Murratala, he keeps going to that right side over and over and over, but he needs to get underneath that arm.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
Ooh, nice right hand from Araujo, but then he takes 2 left hooks from Raymond Murratala as round number 3 comes to an end here at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. There is Terrence Bud Crawford. Very rare what you just saw with Terrence Bud Crawford in that locker room. But round number 4 of a scheduled 8-round fight. Bernardo Osuna alongside Timothy Bradley and Hall of Famer Andre Ward. And you see the punch output from Araujo. Over 40 punches more thrown, but 4 less than Murratala. And from what Robert Garcia was telling us, that in the gym, Murratala does not get hit. He's being touched by Araujo. Nothing too effective, but Araujo just doesn't stop throwing punches.
That's to be expected when you're facing an aggressive fighter, especially with small gloves on. It's a little bit different than the gym, but he's not taking unnecessary punishment. He's not taking any stupid shots where you wonder, how'd you get hit with that? He's getting hit after maybe a 4 or 5 punch combination from Araujo because he's throwing so often and so frequently, but he's handling it well, and I'm talking about Murratala. And one other thing that coaches and trainers can't teach is composure under pressure. They can encourage you, they can try to help you do that, but it has to be something that's inside. And Murratala is showing a lot of composure tonight because he's been under pressure from round 1.
Once again, he tries to find a space under the elbow of Araujo with the left hook. He has a nice uppercut and then digs to the body as Murratala is just very compact with his shots. But Araujo's always have an answer.
He's either punching with Murratala or he's punching after.
Some guys get hit, Bernardo, and they get angry.
Yeah.
And that's Araujo. They want to hit you back. They're not thinking about protecting themselves, and that's what you're seeing tonight.
Marco Antonio Barrera was that way. It wasn't until you landed your first shot on him that it was like, okay, it's a fight. Now let's do it. Then you were in trouble.
I like Murratala. He can operate at any range, whether it's inside, outside. Nice chopping right hand, right on the shot. Yeah, right on the chin of Araujo. I love his inside game. I've been seeing some pinning. He's been pinning the arms of Araujo at times, digging down. I don't like when he stands straight up like that and keeps that left hand down, gets it with right hand, but I do like the fact that he steps around and changes the angles on his punches.
It's been a pretty high-paced fight, and it's only the 4th round.
Look at that. Wow, nice, beautiful shift right there.
Nice counter right from Murratala. Araujo's in his grill. This is so typical of an RGBA sparring session that Murratala's got to be so comfortable doing what he's doing.
Look at that. Slip counter with the uppercut right up the middle.
Now we know Sean Porter as the man who's been in the ring with every great welterweight of this era. This is how Kenny Porter, his father and trainer, describes the two-time world champion.
He's a throwback. He comes from a throwback city, state, Cleveland, Ohio. Some great fighters that come out of the state of Ohio and the city of Cleveland and Cincinnati, Toledo. And that's just who he is. I mean, I remember a time when Sean Porter came looking for me. And Burge called me, my coach, and said, hey, Sean's in town. His dad wants some work. I said, some work? I wasn't in town, but I'm like, man, I'm 190 pounds right now. And he was looking for the work, and that's just who he is. He's a gunslinger. He'll go anywhere and everywhere he needs to go to get the work that he wants.
Yeah, well, he fought Daniel Jacobs and Usyk as an amateur, and then he was a big boy.
Look, guys, one of the greatest superpowers, I believe, in life is love. That's what it is. In the father and son relationship, that's what you have. Similar to God and Adam.
Murratala is dishing out some heavy love to Araujo right now. And it's starting to get to him in a way that we haven't seen it get to him up until this point. It looks like some of the punishment that Murratala has been dishing out is starting to sink in.
Yeah, and just those arm punches that Araujo is throwing now, that's just the fact that that body work is finally paying off. He's breathing through the nose, is Araujo, and he's just laboring through a brilliant performance from Murratala.
I mean, Murratala looks like he's fighting on cruise control. Good shot right there, good counter.
There you see that left hook to the liver, following it up, and now Araujo has to hold. He has to tie him up. Is there a cut under the left eye?
There is a cut.
Or is it just the blood from the nose that went that way? That's a digging left hook to the body for Murratala.
Might be from the nose.
Yeah, I think it just hit him with the uppercut.
We haven't seen Araujo hold one time this fight until just now. So that's how you know the punishment is sinking in, and you can step on the gas because he may be on his way.
Oh, nice counter right. Murratala is just doing what he wants to do with the rough and rugged Araujo here.
I'll step in and stop. Yep, I knew it.
Yes, Araujo is beside himself. He says, I'm still fighting. Come on, he's not doing anything to me.
I agree with Araujo. He's earned the right to keep fighting. He's put up a great fight up to this point. He's losing the fight, but give him the opportunity to keep going. He's earned that.
I agree. This is the second quick stoppage that we've had in Vegas tonight, but nonetheless, he did the right thing for Elias Araujo, who just wanted a chance to.
Listen to me, man. He didn't win any rounds. You got to think about it. All he was taking punch from me. He was taking a beat. And it was going to continue, and it was going to get worse. You know, you guys were talking about, he's pouring it on all more time. He's to pour it on. That's